it confirms that the SEC fostered regulatory confusion in the marketplace. They knew the marketplace was confused.
One way or the other, we're going to get clarity. And for Coinbase and for the industry, that's a win in and of itself.
Who among us should get to decide the future of emerging technologies like crypto and blockchain? Should it be Chair Gary Gensler, an unelected bureaucrat who answers only to himself?
The FBI and the government's cybersecurity agency last week warned companies to be on alert for this kind of attack.
A cyber attack on SWIFT, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, has resulted in the theft of $3 billion from commercial banks based in Germany.
It does not make sense to put our nation's transaction systems in the hands of a private company. However,
this is not a DDoS attack. Games are over. We call on all active groups to engage in destructive activities against the European banking system. No money, no weapons.
We're working to get rid of Gary Gensler. I gave a hearing where I was able to communicate with him and say, look, I plan to fire you.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
Got some bags. Welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more. Who the clock news, no breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Foolishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, stuffing some bags. We just hit 47K on the road to 50K. Make sure to smash those subscribes if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to share this so we can get this out, so we can reach that 50K mark. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up, because the future's extra. Foolish, let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.1 trillion, up about 4.3% in the past 24 hours. We got BTC's dominance right around 46.4, ETH right around 18.8. We got XRP in that number 6 spot, right around 47.5 cents, down about 1.2 in the past 24, up about 1.1 in the past hour. Stellar XLM right around 78 cents, up 2.2 in the past 24. We got BTC 26,354, ETH right around 1700. We got Fleur Networks here right around 0.014, Songbird at 005. Taking a look at some of these XRPL tokens. BPM Wallet continuing to fall here at 0006, XLIST 0006 as well, down 38% in the past 7 days. Expector still holding strong right around a nickel. ELS 003. We got EQ at 0.044 and Casino Coin 000132. We got a tweet from Ripple to kick things off today. Join us Wednesday, July 5th for Ripple X TRM Labs Policy Summit in Bangkok as we bring together key industry stakeholders to examine the importance of regulatory clarity, fostering growth and innovation for the digital asset ecosystem. In Thailand, Ripple Thailand Policy Summit. We got John Deaton says Hinman's deposition was July 27th, 2021, long before Judge Torres ordered the email speech documents to be produced. Judge Torres' order date is 9/29/22. Take a wild guess at what two words are the most redacted in the Hinman deposition. The SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. Don't believe them. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior will shock you, and XRP will finally be set free. In other words, Hinman didn't know the documents would be turned over. In fact, the SEC lawyers instructed Hinman not to answer questions because of the very privileges the judge ultimately denied. We all seen the Hinman emails of June 4th where he calls it the Ether speech and tells everyone he's meeting with Vitalik Buterin the following week to confirm Hinman's understanding the Ethereum network and the Ethereum Foundation. Hinman was asked, did you have communication with anyone other than the SEC staff about the substance of your remarks in the June 14th, 2018 speech before you gave it? And it says here, do you have any communication with any other one than the SEC staff about substance of your remarks in the June 14th, 2018 speech before you gave it? Answer is no, not on the substance. Not true. We got Riz XRP, clearly fair notice. Judge Torres and Ripple all knew already. We're now seeing it with the release of the Hinman emails. We got the evidence. Get those jumpsuits. Get those jail cells ready.
Is this what you expected to uncover in these documents?
Yeah, now we have seen, we got access to these documents last year and the judge has seen them. The new news here is the judge on her 7th court order relating to these documents said that the public deserves to see these documents. But yes, this corroborates a number of very important, relevant things, or things that are relevant to our case. One, that when the law is faithfully applied, when you faithfully apply the statute, then the famous 1946 Supreme Court case known as Howey, the SEC has no case. Two, it confirms that the SEC fostered regulatory confusion in the marketplace. They knew the marketplace was confused, and they took steps to deliberately aggravate that confusion. And I think that goes to what's known as the fair notice defense, that folks of ordinary intelligence did not have fair notice about how the SEC was going to apply what they believe to be the law to this industry. And lastly, we shouldn't forget that in addition to suing Ripple, the SEC in December of 2020, I think as a last-ditch effort to bring maximum leverage on the company, sued our founder and our CEO personally, alleging that they were reckless in allowing Ripple to distribute the digital asset XRP in the way they did. And to establish recklessness, you have to prove that the individual either knew or recklessly disregarded what the law was. And we've now confirmed that that is an outrageous allegation, because at best, the SEC were debating internally what the law was. At worst, they knew what the law was, and they distorted the law to create this confusion in the marketplace.
This historical landmark case against Ripple and the corrupt SEC is showing just another layer of corruption in the government. Breathe the standard. Drain the swamp. And meanwhile, ETHgate continues, and JP Morgan says Ethereum could be put into other categories by U.S. Congress. Says U.S. lawmakers could put Ethereum into a new other category to avoid classifying it as a security, but to protect investors, according to JP Morgan strategists. Comments come after the release of the Hinman documents earlier this week as part of an ongoing enforcement lawsuit against Ripple Labs by the SEC. Talk about ETHgate. We got Mr. Huber. Hey, you Ripple guys, Brad Garland, House Joe Katz. I'm just curious, will you actually do something to address the issues besides asking for an investigation on Twitter? To it already, an investigation must be conducted to understand what or who influenced Hinman, why conflicts, or at the very least appearances of conflicts, were ignored, and why the SEC touted the speech knowing that it would create greater confusion. Big Brad Garland House responds and says, yes. Payment infrastructure news. The big ISO 20022 migration weekend is coming up on the 19th of June 2023. CHAPS and the Bank of England's real-time gross settlement system, RTGS, will migrate to ISO 20022 messaging standard. Bank of England. Looks like London ready. ISO 20022 implementing the global payment messaging standard within the CHAPS and RTGS. We got Riz XRP, Real Boy XRP, Interesting Choice Awards from the 2018 study. Unlike Ethereum's investors, who had the biggest ICO of them all, Ripple's inventors did not sell a portion of XRP via a crowd sale upon XRP's creation. Ripple XRP is a pseudo-anonymous coin. Like Bitcoin, XRP can be qualified as a pseudo-anonymous coin. XRP, the standard. We got CoinDesk. One way or another, we're going to get clarity. Coinbase says about the recent SEC Gov allegations against the exchange. For Coinbase and for the industry, that's a win in and of itself.
However a court ultimately resolves these issues across a range of products and tokens, we will finally have clarity, and we will be able to order our business accordingly and appropriately. And so while we are very confident we have the better view of how to define an investment contract, and that all of the allegations in the SEC's complaint are incorrect or a misread of the securities laws, one way or the other, we're going to get clarity. And for Coinbase and for the industry, that's a win in and of itself.
One way or another, XRP's getting that clarity, and that regulation jar of molasses will finally break open, and XRP's true price will finally set free. We got Sam Lemon 33, who will get to decide the future of the crypto and blockchain. Should it be on Chair Gary Gensler, an unelected bureaucrat who answers only to himself, or Congress, who members are elected by and therefore accountable to the people?
Who among us should get to decide the future of emerging technologies like crypto and blockchain? Should it be Chair Gary Gensler, an unelected bureaucrat who answers only to himself? Or should it be the United States Congress, whose members are elected by and therefore accountable to the people? And so, Mr. Allaire, do you believe, as I do, that an act of Congress would be the most democratic means by which to decide the future of digital assets?
Thank you for the question, Congressman Torres. I do agree. And in fact, the Presidential Working Group specifically asked Congress to act urgently on this matter over a year and a half ago. And so I believe it's critical that Congress does take ball control here.
Gary, you still there? We got Watch Your Guru, how it started. How is it going? BlackRock CEO Larry Fink calls Bitcoin an index of money laundering. How's it going? BlackRock files for a spot Bitcoin ETF with Coinbase as a crypto custodian. Don't fall for the media trickery and load up on the one that they don't want you with. XRP, faster, cheaper. more efficient. We got Stellar.org. Early bird tickets for Meridian 2023 are still available, and now you can pay USDC. Join us Madrid from September 26th through the 28th to unlock human potential through blockchain. Anybody out there in Spain, September 26th through the 28th, Stellar. XRP Darren, last night Russian hackers threat to take down European banks and SWIFT. Today, one of the largest hacks, including U.S. agencies, universities, cyber attack would just be a perfect excuse, the emergency that they need.
Good evening, Nora. A senior U.S. government official told reporters there is no evidence to date the U.S. military and intelligence agencies have been compromised, but a number of federal agencies have been hit.
Tonight, senior government officials are racing to limit the impact of what one cyber expert is calling potentially the largest theft and extortion event in recent history. American targets include multiple federal agencies, including the Department of Energy, plus Johns Hopkins affiliated hospitals in Maryland and Florida, Georgia's statewide university system, and the Minnesota Department of Education. British Airways was also hit. Officials say the hackers are part of a cyber criminal gang called CLOP, believed to operate from inside Russia.
They've started releasing some of the data that was stolen as part of their work to extort these companies. We strongly encourage anyone who is a user of this software to, of course, patch, lock down their systems.
The cyber criminals are exploiting a software program called Move It, which companies and government agencies use to transfer data, including personal information. The group steals the data, and in this message believed to be from the hackers, warns that if a ransom is not paid, after 7 days, all your data will start to be published, sometimes on the dark web. Cyber expert Brent Callow says foreign adversaries and criminals will be looking to leverage the data.
Overseas governments will no doubt be very interested in obtaining the information that CLOP obtained through these attacks.
The FBI and the government's cybersecurity agency last week warned companies to be on alert for this kind of attack. Former intelligence officials told CBS News the threat has been circulating for weeks, and they accused the U.S. government of being slow to act, Nora.
Get your cryptocurrencies offline, take them off the exchanges into your own self-custody, cold storage, get some backup accounts. Looks like the cyber attack will be a perfect excuse, emergency that they need, also to shake out more weak hands. They want those bags back by any means necessary. This comes not even 24 hours after the cyber threat on SWIFT. This is the narrative is almost deafening. Be aware of the sudden event, unexpected, world-shattering. Mr. Poole.
Like you may have already spent too much time in China.
Breaking news out of Brussels this evening. A cyber attack on SWIFT, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, has resulted in the theft of $3 billion from commercial banks based in Germany, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE.
Our intelligence agencies assess with moderate confidence that North Korea is behind the attack, potentially with an aim to drive more users to the digital yuan system. At the broader strategic level, the PBOC has been presenting its digital currency infrastructure as an alternative to SWIFT, referring to the traditional payment system as outdated and highly vulnerable to security threats. Over 2 years ago, in 2019, PBOC's Deputy Director of Payments said, the digital yuan is open for external connection. We are developing it for our trade partners if they want to join. This work is already ongoing and test connections already exist. Chinese authorities claim that the digital yuan infrastructure is fully portable. Countries can create different instances of the system, selecting their own banks and payments providers as network participants and releasing digital forms of their local currencies. In Russia, for example, the central bank, as well as the largest Russian commercial banks, Sberbank, VTB, Gazprom Bank, and so on, could be added as nodes to create a Russian instance with a digital ruble. All nodes within the system would then be able to clear and settle payments in real time, including cross-border transactions. We have been tracking that Russia, Turkey, and Pakistan have been in talks with the Chinese to develop this system and adopt their competing system for their own digital currencies over the past year. We don't yet know if the 3 impacted countries, Germany, Saudi Arabia, and UAE, will also consider connecting to the Chinese system.
You know, given what we've just seen happening with SWIFT, we have to come to terms with the fact that U.S. electronic transaction systems have not evolved fast enough to keep pace with the demand for retail online digital payments and more sophisticated types of financial transactions. And they also haven't evolved fast enough to stay secure. And
Gary, you there? Just in, U.S. federal government agency hit in a global cyber attack.
It's equivalent of a digital currency.
Well, look,
go ahead.
I will say I agree with the secretary. So, you know, it does not make sense to to put our nation's transaction systems in the hands of a private company. However, that does not mean that we should not move forward and that we should not consider a public-private partnership in order to innovate, in order to get our transaction systems up to the level where they can compete on the global stage.
Does Treasury
XRP, hidden in plain sight, the secret weapon, faster, cheaper, no more middleman.
It has a lot of advanced features to provide for security.
And we got Bearable Guy 5 years ago, Swift's death by billion in cuts and why Ripple is needed now. Ripple is not just XRP, it's security. Ripple will help keep banks safe. When transacting in cross-border payments, billions upon billions of dollars have been hacked and stolen from central banks all over the world. XRP is truly the killer app. And as the banks and the big players line up with Ripple, Ripple's Ragnarok continues to shake the crypto sphere. Ripple is not just XRP, Ripple is a financial earth-shattering worldwide event. It's no wonder they want those bags back. Know what you hold? Work with Ripple and use XRP. Work with R3 and use XRP. They know what's coming. We know what's coming. And they can't stop it. We got digital asset daily, Ripple tech used by over 700 plus banks and counting. The adoption of anything related to Ripple seems to be endless because they just keep on piling up. SEC who, BTC who, ETH who. Leveraging Tenemo's T24 transacting software utilizing Ripple's agnostic leader technology and used by over 700 banks across the globe. And we got Anonymous, the entire banking system will be destroyed within 48 hours. Enter XRP.
Today, we are a direct threat to all European banks. European banks, you will soon be witnessing the most powerful cyber attack in the recent history of the world. Be prepared, because when we strike, it will be too late to make amends. Many European banks will be targeted and we will hit without mercy.
World has gone mad. The reason for this is money. If God rules Russia, then who rules Europe? That's right, the banking system. No money, no problem. Revel is sufficiently familiar with the European financial infrastructure. See you soon.
This is not a DDoS attack. Games are over. We call on all active groups to engage in destructive activities against the European banking system. No money, no weapons, no key regime. This is the formula for the death of Nazism and it will work. Within 48 hours we are launching this global company. Nothing will save you and this is not a warning. I am just informing you. You have never seen such problems before. We are killing it.
Lock up those private keys for the transformation of wealth on the horizon. We got JD, crazy how the elites push the bearish narratives 1 year before BTC's halving. Kind of reminds me of 2015, 2019 fear, a year before BTC's halving. Majority missed out on the biggest opportunity of a lifetime about the hype the elites were pushing that wrecked many. Don't let these emotions elites push to the media let you miss the next biggest opportunity of multiple lifetimes. Yes, I still think it'll be a couple more years, and I am well prepared for that one last capitulation wick if it comes at very low prices. But wait is worth it, the longer they take. The higher we climb on that XRP rich list. We got XRP Crypto, XRP lock-in dates you shouldn't miss, Big Blast, Super Guppy. We got trend identification, clear signals, adaptive moving averages, multiple time frame analysis, support and resistant levels. How many days XRP spend in the red, silver, green. Cycle 1, red, 518, silver, 112, 119, red, 63, green, 462, 406. Cycle 2, red, 425, silver, red, green. If we apply the same rationale behind the previous cycles and the days spent in the red, silver, and green and impose these projections to the current cycle, we will get these start dates and end dates of the next bull cycle, cycle implosion, end date, cycle 1 implosion, August 18th, 2025, start date, May 13th, 2024, cycle 2 implosion, October 14th, 2024, start date, September 4th, 2023. Remember, the time in the markets is a daunting task like chasing waves, but XRP, they ready? And we got XRP when many lose hope at the time to invest. Although XRP can retest the orange box, the macro is still bullish. Beginners look at the lower time frames with tears in their eyes. Real players in the game look at the higher time frames with less false signals. Retweet, like for updates. XRP, true value being unlocked. First we had the Internet of Information. Now welcome to the Internet of Value running on the XRP ledger. Where will you be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price finally set free? Bye-bye glitches. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon o'clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD. Buy up those bags. Don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe. Drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below. Drop an elbow on that like button from the top ropes. Catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Bring your own billions. Be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghost.
The SEC settle, we blasting off the ghetto. Big bags on me, middle fingers to the devils. Rocket fly itself, no keys, no pedals. RippleNet memos, Hinman got the pose. This was all a show, they want you out for show. Now they been exposed. Why a lawsuit on your last day going out the door? Got you on that blockchain trail. SEC getting paid in ether. Bitcoin hella slow, do some research. I don't wanna be your crypto teacher. Stop asking me what to buy, it's on my t-shirt. Moon commander in the rocket, by the leave Earth. The SEC settle, we blasting off the ghetto.